part 2 of the Lunar base for Wolfenstein New Order on Uber difficulty. So, after you traverse the moon for a little bit and you get in here, you can actually pretty much avoid all the soldiers in this area to the point that you really only need to deal with the 2 commanders. And it's probably the easiest. Like, I was expecting this area to be slightly harder, but pretty much what I do here is what I did on normal, and I've basically found this path just by luck on my first time. Now, normally I kill that guy, but at the same time, I couldn't remember if there's another guy in this area walking around with him. I couldn't remember the exact placement of guys in here. But if you wait for that guy to walk by, you can just walk over to this vent. And it will take you to a ladder that will put you right behind the commander that's on the upper ledge. And you can very easily headshot him, and from the same ledge that you're on, you can very easily headshot the other commander, and you can just go up to the elevator that he's at and move into the next area. The thing you want to be cautious of is that there is a heavy on the other side walking back and forth. So you kind of want him to be away from the commander when you do kill him, just in case he gets alerted to it. Like, he notices the commander just die, and he'll just start shooting at you. Now, for some reason, crouching, you can't just walk up those stairs. You have to jump onto them. I don't understand why, but every time I would try to crouch walk up those stairs, it would not let me do it. So, and then coming up into this area, this is an area I've never been able to successfully get through without alluring these guys, mainly because I couldn't figure out the proper path that you're supposed to walk up to get to the door that you need to get to. I always managed to find a way to walk right into the eyesight of some soldier, or I would kill a soldier and one of the other guys would see me do it. Like, every single time, it always managed to happen. But there is a way of getting through here without these guys seeing you. So at this point, I'm getting shot at, and I unfortunately found out that there is a dog here. I completely forgot that the dog was there, but luckily I noticed that the door was. I nearly died here, so I could have easily have just restarted the checkpoint and tried again, but the fact that I made it through there without dying was very surprising to me. So there's a couple sections later on where I nearly die, but basically just completely bypass some fights. It's not something I would recommend doing, but at the same time, if you're following this guide and picking up the health upgrades, you should have more than enough health to take some risks. So when you come here, you have these 2 guys to deal with, and what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to touch a button that triggers a little cutscene. The problem with what that is that after the cutscene you get a soldier and a dog coming after you. So I chose to get the health upgrade now since I kind of needed it, and I didn't feel like dealing with taking a lot of damage from those guys. But I kind of have a moment here where I forget where I'm supposed to go, so you'll see me kind of wandering around trying to remember where I'm supposed to go. So like there's a seems like I go up to the door, but I'm not getting the notice to open the panel that's right below me. Like I walk over it twice and I get no notice to hit X for that doorway. So at this point I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to be going? And I was like, no, I'm not supposed to go that way. And I think finally it gave me the little notice of where I'm supposed to go. And I'm like, oh, there it is. So back to more 2001 vents. And this time you actually do have like a computer voice giving an announcement over the intercom, so it becomes more 2001-esque with the computer voice going off. But when you get up to here, you can very easily throw some knives at this guy and kill him, and that guy's feet like went through the grating on the floor, which was weird as shit. But when you get through here, there's I believe it's one of I think he's like a rocket guy, I can't remember, and a normal soldier. And I actually, if that normal soldier hadn't been walking there, I would have killed that dude with that one shot. But I ended up killing the other guy and doing a good amount of damage on the heavy, and I was able to put a couple pistol shots into him and kill him. Thankfully, it's only two guys in this room, so you're not dealing with like a bunch of guys suddenly showing up. So, but I believe once you get to the we're almost getting up to the point when you need to ride a train car back to the other side of the moon base that we started the chapter on. Now you want to be careful because I believe that this is when I figured out that you can't knife these guys. I was like, oh shit, and nearly get killed by him, but I was able to disintegrate him with two shots from this thing. But you know, he's very distinguishable by the red on his armor. But he's basically the shotgunner on the moon base. But instead of like yellow, he's red armor. So I cut out the whole thing of you traveling back across, since it's pretty much a cutscene and there's no challenge to it. But as soon as you drop down to here, you want to immediately get behind one of these boxes, because there's usually like 3 to 5 guys down this hallway. You can usually get most of them. I believe that one of them is a heavy, but I'm not positive. But I never really had him be aggressive in coming towards me. And that guy is usually always hiding behind there. I'm not sure what it's almost like he's scripted to always be right there, ready to pop out and possibly kill you in one shot if you're low enough on health. But I can't be sure. But as soon as you go through this doorway, this is gonna put you in basically where the start of this chapter, the start of the first video, put us at. Not right here, but be careful when you come up here, because there's actually 2 guys like waiting to try and ambush you. But through that doorway is where the start of the first video had us at. And I believe, I can't remember if it's just normal soldiers in here or if there's a heavy in here too. I can't completely remember. And that was me going to throw a grenade and then realizing I didn't have grenades. So if you're wondering why I started to move forward and didn't do anything, it's because I realized I didn't have grenades on me. So I felt dumb, but luckily I wasn't getting shot at, so it wasn't too bad. But luckily this recharge station is here, and also luckily enough, the items inside the room that you press the button, they respawn, maybe because I've died a couple times before coming back here, or just when you come back here they just automatically spawn back in. I'm not sure. But get that guy in the back, and pick up the energy from their guns if you need it. But since there's a recharge station right here, it's not really a big deal. But thankfully that health like respawned back in, so I was able to get my health back up. And you do want to be careful when you move up here, because in this next room there is one of the heavies. So you definitely want to have a full shot in your gun. But being that you can just run back here and recharge it, it's not really that bad. You want to kill all these guys mainly because when you get out to the shuttle that will basically leave this chapter, you want to use this room as a way of avoiding the 2 heavies that come out of the spaceship, since they literally don't aggressively come or try, not necessarily that they try to come into this area, but they don't try to move to the front of the ramp so that they can directly shoot at you. They always stay pretty much like right in front of the ship. So when you come down here, just move down to trigger the two doors to open to let them out. Like as soon as you, there's usually like an announcement that will start going, and I believe like you'll see, I think like a light flashes to let you know that the door is opening. And as soon as they come out, just very slowly walk around here, get a charge shot, try and make sure you get it all on one guy, and just unload on him, and then you can just abuse this charge station and basically rinse and repeat until they're both dead, and just go on to the ship, and we'll be moving on to a very shitty part of this game.